Now, before I ask my next question, can I share with you my own fantasy of being a chef myself?
Oh, okay.
So I love going to Japanese restaurant, and when I see the sushi chef, doing their thing in the middle of a conveyor belt, I always thought how cool it is. And then one day after I graduated, I applied to work for Pizza Hut in Brunei.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut, yeah. And I didn't go in to work in the kitchen. I was there as a marketing executive. And I remember very vividly that, the job lasted me for only 3 months, because every time I was asked to go out and work at night to observe the customer, I feel very depressed, thinking that, hey, my friends and families are having a great time over dinner, and here I am slaving to serve someone else. So, my fantasy of, being a chef has since been destroyed. So, so I have my utmost respect for people that works in restaurants, that works in kitchen, because it's something that I can never be. So I would like to start by asking you, Chef Macann, what kind of temperament does it take in order to thrive in the career of being a chef?
What kind of temperament? Well, I mean, it's not an easy job. That's true, and in many ways, the kitchens, the hospitality industry, people around you, they become your family, and that's why for me it's really important to get on well with your team and to respect them and to earn respect. And likewise, but I think drive. Once you discover that it is for you, and if it really is for you, and you're getting into it for the right reasons, not because you want to be rich and famous, but because you want to feed others, because you enjoy food, because you love food, then that drive will come automatically. It certainly takes a degree of physical and mental strength. I'm not saying you have to, be a decathlete, but to run around briskly or to move around briskly, lifting 10, 15 kilo objects sometimes, and sometimes really long days. I've done 12, 14, 16, 18-hour days at times. I'm not saying that's consistent or normal, but it's become really good, at, especially initially, that you'd be called upon to do that. You need to conform. You need to follow the rules of the house, of the restaurant, of the hotel. You need to dress how you're told to dress. You need to do what you're told to do when it's required. You need to become autocratic. You eventually you can become creative once you develop what we call the repertoire. Once you've got a well-rounded feeling for the different parts of the kitchen, dishes, different cooking methods. Once you've practiced using the tools, repeat until the knife becomes an extension of your hand. And then you will naturally move up the ranks a little bit, become a little bit more senior, and then at that point, you will be creative. It will be something that will happen naturally. And I was so happy to be able to express myself once I was able to use my tools, and I knew what frying would do to eggplant, steaming would do to it, how to fillet fish, and then you're able to kind of express yourself, because I think it's an instinct many people have, certainly people in the kitchen world, and you can't escape yourself. So
what I'm hearing is you have to get through the dip, so to speak, the most difficult time, before you can really enjoy the career of being a chef.
Not really. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy those early times, but you have to understand that when you start out in any kind of technical job, be it building, cooking, because the similarities between building and cooking are very, very similar. You have a foundation, you learn how to use the tools, you learn to measure your ingredients or your fabric, you measure them, you cut them into ways that you have already predetermined in your mind or by a recipe. They need to be accurate, they need to be the same size, then you assemble them. It's very similar. And so in order to be able to do that, you have to use these tools. You have to know how to saw, chop, hammer, maybe paint, sand, whatever it is. You cannot be unless you know how. This is natural. I mean, how can a chiropractor do this kind of thing on somebody without going, maybe if I do this, you know? Come on.
I wouldn't want to go to that chiro.
Now, this is normal, and with food, if you're looking at, I mean, you can look at French, Italian, you know, Japanese, Thai, Malayu, you can look at Indian. If you start looking at different applications, it goes on and on and on and on. And this is one of the things that we all love about our career, is that in some ways it never ends. And then when you think you're getting really good at something, you know, you see somebody who's even better. So it keeps you focused, it keeps a goal in front of you.